Strong to severe thunderstorms rumbling across central and eastern Kentucky. The latest watches and warnings straight ahead.
Kentucky State Police are honoring the 28 of their own who have died in the line of duty. More from the wreath-laying ceremony coming up.
Police are looking for 2 men after a rash of car break-ins in a Lexington neighborhood.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Strong, potentially severe storms are working their way across the state right now, and we have some reports of damage.
We have called a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day to keep you alerted to the threat as we head through the afternoon and into the evening hours. We go right to Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. How about it, Chris?
Amber, Sam, a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings for central and eastern Kentucky over the past couple of hours. Storms not terribly widespread in terms of the actual damage reports that we're getting. But when you get one of those storms to really pulse up, these have a history now of producing some winds greater than 60 miles an hour. Several severe thunderstorm warnings are still out for parts of east central Kentucky from Mount Sterling, Montgomery County into Bath County. That'll go just for a few more minutes until 4:45. That storm is now extended a little to the northeast into Fleming County. Severe thunderstorm warning until 5 p.m. there. Strongest part of the storm now from near Hillsboro, Flemingsburg, back to the southwest into the northern parts of Bath County. That is just to the north of downtown Owingsville. Another potent storm to the southwest on top of the Mount Sterling area. We track that line of storms. Notice how it kind of breaks up a little bit into eastern parts of Clark County, where we had a wind gust a little earlier into Winchester of 64 miles per hour. The east side of Madison County and right on top of Berea, that's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of Jackson and Rockcastle County. Strong thunderstorm, no warning out for that on top of Williamsburg. Very small but intense storm with a warning on the east side of Clay County into Leslie County. But I want to switch Defender into 3D mode because that often will show you which of the storms is the strongest or has the potential to produce the most damage. Look at how much spike we're seeing with this storm. It is pulsing up above all the rest now from Fleming County into northern parts of Bath County. That would be our greatest wind threat that we see over the next little bit. Central and eastern Kentucky with the lion's share of the storms over the past few hours. A break in the action. Sun is returning to east central Kentucky. That's not a good thing because the front is still to our west. So guys, I'm watching another line of storms developing into western Kentucky. So one line across the area now. Another one may come racing in here over the next 3 to 4 hours.
Chris, thank you. We have some trees reported down in several counties across the area. This is a live picture just in from Scott County. Trees down near Main Street in Stamping Ground. No major damage, though, reported, but the trees did take down some utility lines in that area. This is Scott County. No one was injured when the storm moved through there. We'll keep you up to date on what's happening outside as we get more information. Now, we do have a traffic alert for a very busy area this afternoon.
Yeah, part of a main road here in Lexington is closed because of a major construction project on the University of Kentucky campus. Alumni Drive is closed between Tates Creek and Nicholasville Road. Construction started yesterday and will last through the summer. WKYT Sean Moody has more on what crews will be doing over the next several months.
Things went pretty smoothly here at Alumni Drive this morning. It might have taken people a few extra minutes to get where they were going, but it didn't appear to create any major issues. Transportation officials say the project will make Alumni Drive safer and less congested. They plan to replace stop signs with roundabouts and add biking and walking areas. Until the work is finished, though, there could be a big impact on drivers. According to officials with the project, anywhere from 12,000 to 20,000 people use the road each day. Those drivers will have to find another way around until the road reopens in mid-August. People who live nearby say they'd like to see more lanes added.
I think another lane, absolutely. Because at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, when people get out of work, going this way, going toward I guess going to the east, it is jammed up completely.
Our transportation officials said they expect to have this project wrapped up by September 1st. That's just in time for Kentucky's first home football game. In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Officials expect the project will cost about $5 million.
It is National Police Officers Memorial Week. In honor of that, Kentucky State Police are laying wreaths at the graves of the fallen.
Rebecca Smith was in Richmond this morning where troopers who died more than 30 years ago were remembered.
It was a somber day of reflection and remembrance for troopers with the Kentucky State Police Richmond Post. They honored two of their own who made the ultimate sacrifice and died in the line of duty. Trooper William Tevis was killed at the age of 31 in 1963. He was fatally shot while assisting another trooper with the arrest of a suspected drunk driver. His sacrifice is not forgotten by KSP.
There's a lot of dangers that come in law enforcement, and there's been a lot of people that have been tragically killed far, far too soon.
Clinton Cunningham was just 29 years old and was ambushed, shot in the back, and killed back in 1979. His mother and brother attended a wreath laying honoring his sacrifice Monday at Madison County Memorial Garden Cemetery. Leila Martin Cunningham still finds it too upsetting to talk about losing her son, but she says she is grateful for Kentucky State Police attention every year to sacrifices made by fallen officers.
It's real nice. I appreciate it.
In Madison County, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Both fallen troopers have Kentucky highways named in their honor. The Trooper William E. Tevis Memorial Highway is Kentucky 461 in Pulaski County. The Trooper Clinton Cunningham Memorial Highway is Kentucky 1986 in Madison County.
Lexington police are working to try and find the owners to dozens of items they think are stolen. The items were found inside a vehicle in the Green Meadows neighborhood. An alert neighbor says he saw two men going through unlocked vehicles on Mountain Laurel Road off Spur Road. One victim says the thought of someone lurking in her neighborhood is frightening.
I was actually hoping that I had remembered to lock my doors, and I wasn't panicked at all at first when I saw it on the news, but then as I walked closer to my car and saw my doors unlocked, it was terrifying.
Mosley says her expensive name brand sunglasses were stolen along with her Tiffany & Company work badge. She also said she doesn't usually lock her doors until now. Police say most, if not all, of the cars burglarized overnight were left unlocked.
Lexington police looking for a group of men involved in a violent home invasion. 4 men broke into a home on Suburban Court near Central Baptist Hospital early yesterday morning. One victim says the intruders held him in a room for an hour, hit him in the head with a gun, and threatened to kill him. Police are not sure if the victims were targeted or if this was a random attack. Lexington police also investigating yet another break-in at a cell phone store. This time crooks targeted the AT&T store on South Broadway. Police say the 2 men got inside, but it's not clear if anything was stolen. There has been a string of break-ins at cell phone stores across Lexington dating back to March. A Western Kentucky family at the center of a court case that's attracting worldwide attention was back in court today.
Joe and Nicole Nogler say the state took their 10 children from them because of their off-the-grid lifestyle. The family lives in the small community of Garfield in Breckinridge County. Child Social Services say they took the children because they don't have running water in the home. The couple has raised nearly $34,000 for their legal fight to get their children back. The Fayette County School Board has hired a new firm to find a superintendent. The board has hired Lexington-based McNamara Search Associates. The decision comes after the board fired search firm ProAct following disturbing allegations against the CEO. The board hopes to name a new superintendent by July 1st.
All 4 Republican candidates for governor will come face-to-face again tonight for what could be another lively debate. They'll appear with Bill Goodman on Kentucky Tonight live from the KYT studios. The debate begins at 8 o'clock. The candidates will appear together one final time in Louisville later this week. The primary is next Tuesday.